tried to pause the video. I ended up having to end the video because I got a call. Oh, you know, and it's crazy what the call was about. It has everything to do with this card and the card that we had. So it has everything to do with it. Oh my goodness. So about just how no harm can come to you when you are at peace with yourself and allowing others to disturb your peace. And the fact that we pulled out the let me keep her right here. The fact that we pulled out the Seven of Coins or the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is like a patient energy, a waiting energy, but it can be a tiresome energy as you're waiting and watching the seeds that you've planted kind of come into maturation. So again, this is another almost like a waiting stage, and like this right here, in between stages. So as you go from a young woman or the young stage to a creation stage, you're in this waiting period, but you're experiencing things as you wait. I'm getting the urge or the notion that, as you're in this when you're in a transition stage, you're in between stages, something is coming to an end, a cycle of some sort is coming to an end. However, you're in this limbo state, and that there's a need to maintain peace within the confusion, the cloudiness, the uncertainty of this transitional stage. Okay, and this Seven of Coins, I love this card from this deck because she's waiting, but she's not anxious, she's not pacing, she's not like the traditional Seven of Coins or Pentacles where Buddy's standing with his hand on the hole just staring down his crops like they just gonna grow overnight and produce a fruit immediately. No, sis is at the beach, she's in a receptive, peaceful state. And so again, there's a call for peace while waiting. When I used to teach, I taught kindergarten and first grade, and one of the things that I remember teaching the kids were about patience, having patience, because we tell them, be patient, be patient, be patient, be patient. But to a kindergarten and first grade, what does that even mean? And so I was like, it means waiting, but waiting with what? With peace. So if you're waiting for your turn on this computer or this app or with this center or to have time to talk to me, are you going to be standing on the neck of me and the person that you're waiting on? Or are you going to be on the person, just basically hounding them down until? Or are you going to find something to do with your time that's peaceful and productive, but mainly peaceful until it is your turn? Okay, so patience, waiting with peace, waiting with peace, waiting with peace. And then the next card that fell out was the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands, I heard Action Jackson. Action Jackson. All right, so we got Action Jackson. Oh my goodness, Action Jackson. Action Jackson. Oh my goodness, Action Jackson, Action Jackson, Action Jackson. All right, so with Action Jackson, again, these young ladies, they're working together, but there's this peaceful energy. I can't call that enough. I cannot call it enough. Alrighty, so the Three of Wands, and asking me to go in the book for this. The Three of Wands normally has to do with a collaboration, a celebratory collaboration of sorts. Alrighty, however, right, we got three women leaning against a fence, blowing bubbles. A card of peace symbolizes trusting the universe while pausing to detach from the material realm to gain perspective. The women are off the beaten path, hoping to discover all opportunities that await them. This card encourages manifesting, speaking your dreams, plans, needs to the universe, tapping into your vision for your world, pushing past any limitations you have placed on your design for the future. Explore all the possibilities. Your thoughts and interactions are energy exchanges between you and the cosmos. Everything is connected. Honor the network, okay? So grounding, stability, actively choosing not to rush, trust mentality, and in alignment, okay? Taking the scenic route, okay? So it's very much giving, trusting the process, but having peace within as you trust the process, be in a state of receiving. And since she's in front of the ocean, be in a state of receiving intuitively, be in a state of receiving emotionally, like emotional fulfillment, okay? Be in a state of providing yourself with opportunities to receive emotional fulfillment, okay? All right, so trust the scenic route. So though things may seem one way, as they said in the book, you know, your thoughts and your communication with the universe, with the cosmos, with the divine, with source, needs to be that of one that's in alignment with what you envision for yourself. What you envision for yourself. What you envision for yourself. Best possible outcome. Yeah, Murphy's Law talks about anything that can happen will happen, and we automatically assume the worst will happen. But why don't we go to the opposite in Murphy's Law? Because he says anything that happens can happen. So why can't the best possible outcome happen? You know what I'm saying? Yes, prepare for the worst, but expect the best. Hope for the best. All right, and the next card that came out was the Four of Baskets. Slowly picking me apart. All righty. While you're in this state, try to refrain from just seeing try to refrain from just picking yourselves apart, because it makes me think of the knives card that also comes from this deck, where she's looking in the mirror but she has like these knives in her bag. But in this one, you get a full visual of her reflection. So try not to pick yourself apart. Try to be reflective in this state of waiting patiently. But as you reflect on yourself admirably, okay? Because as you go from one stage to another, you look back at the last stage that you're at and you look at where you're trying to go. And sometimes we pick apart the old us, or the us that we're transforming from, and we feel stagnant, we feel stuck, or we might, like I said, feeling limited by past experiences. But look at all this new growth that is surrounding her, all these new opportunity that's coming around her, or that's going around her. But if she's hyper focused on who she feels that she is or what she sees, because I don't know about y'all, but sometimes when I look at old pictures, I look at old pictures and I think about where I was mentally, and sometimes I look at these pictures and I'm like, I was gorgeous, I was this, I was that. But you couldn't tell me that when that picture got taken, like I was picking me apart, picking myself apart. Hella self-love issues. But if I let that version of her and lack of self-love dictate how I move now into my next chapter in life, I wouldn't see it with such optimism. I would see it as stagnated as I did then, and then I'd be looking back in 10 years at a picture from now as, why couldn't I enjoy the moment? So don't miss the moment just because it's a transitional moment, okay? Alrighty. Let me see. Don't miss the moment because it's a transitional moment. Make note of the growth. Make note of the seed that's planted. Make note of and then also make note of where you plan to go. Okay, and the last card we got out is the Daughter of Coins. And I like the Daughter of Coins in this card, in this deck, because it talks about like her being elegant and having a stallion, but she knows that there's a chance that she's gonna fall. She knows that there's a chance by riding this horse, that there may be accidents. Her dress may get torn. It's a white stallion. If you're going through nature, the horse might get dirty. However, knowing that it's still the same thing as Murphy's Law, but with a positive perspective. Expect the best, but prepare for the worst. So just because you prepare for the worst, or prepare for things not to go a certain way or to go a certain way, doesn't mean that you have to sit and wait for that to happen. It's like having a cushion or having a little rainy day fund or whatever. And I'm going to say fun because that's the second coins card. Alrighty. Yeah. Like having a rainy day fund or having something tucked away just in case. However, still enjoying the moment, but not living so frugally that or so tight-fisted that you can't enjoy the moment. You can't enjoy this transition, because most times in transitions there's a call for rest. And as you're in a new stage, you got stuff to do, lessons to learn, and transitions can also often feel annoying, to be honest. Annoying because it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Especially if you're very action oriented, if you're very meticulous, if you're very organized, if you're very logical. Your transition stage is very intuitive, and that's going with the flow. And that is going to, and it just popped out, require some strength. Okay. Alrighty. And it's going to require some strength. That's also some Leo energy. So you're going to have a lot of heart, a lot of courage. But you're going to have a lot of heart, a lot of courage. But even in the transition state, just because you're transitioning doesn't mean you cannot shine either, you know, at the brightest that you can at that state, or that you're not illuminating a space or spaces or an illuminating force in your own situation. You know what I'm saying? Be the light to yourselves as you are to others. All right. Oh, look at that at the bottom of the deck. It's the sister baskets and the mama and the baby picking the strawberries. Okay. Let me read that one. I want to read that one. And we'll close it out for the evening. Okay, I put that there so we can see her. But the Six of Baskets. The Six of Baskets is nostalgia and innocence. Oh, I said the mama and the baby, but it's two children in the field picking strawberries together. It is their first chance at a bit of independence while they wander the roads collecting and indulging in strawberries. The Six of Basket is a call to a simpler, kinder way of living. It asks you to consider what really, really matters at the end of the day. Whatever the answer is, do more of it. Build in time for carefree moments. Much of what makes life worthwhile is who is with us on our journey. Remember what a reciprocal relationship looks like. You sustain them and they sustain you. Send and receive the message of support. This card screams to make time for things that set your soul alight. Be reminded of your heritage, how you can honor those aspects of your ancestry as you create your own roots, for better or worse, letting down your guard, untainted by preconception, visionary nostalgia. Okay, those are some yin yang things to do. Try not to live in the past. Leave home. Addressing childhood abuse. Attachments to outdated beliefs. Assess your attachment to outdated beliefs. So, oh wow, love it, love it, love it. So have nostalgia. Get lost in like the innocence of nostalgia, being young and free, but not necessarily the darker side of nostalgia, if that makes sense. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I'm glad to have y'all. I'm glad y'all had me. Alright, like I said, continue to be your best self. Show up for yourself first. Reciprocal relationships. Show up for yourself first so that you can show up for others. And hopefully others are showing up first for themselves so they can show up for you, boo. Alright, in the meantime, in between time, y'all be good and y'all stay sweet.